I thought that I was free. Thought that I was free to choose who I am, choose my thoughts, my feelings, my actions. I thought I was free to be, do, and have, to listen to the sages, the mystics, the gurus of ancient times, to read all the texts, to watch all the shows, to attend all the events. And yet, within myself, there's still that sense that I am not free, inverted commas, yet. So this is this journey. This is my journey that I will be sharing with you to awaken the sleeping part of myself, that part of myself that feels at times lost, purposeless, directionless, meaningless in the world, while I'm pursuing business growth, serving clients, being a good husband, being a good father, being a good stepfather, being a great ambassador or servant for clients, friends, family, all of it. This is this journey that I welcome you on and invite you on with me as I awaken to deeper parts of myself, so that I can really, really feel, to realize the radiance, the freedom, the aliveness within me and within you too. So I started back with meditation today after a long spell, finding that I was getting caught in the trappings of seeking and wanting and desiring all the things. And hearing that from clients, hearing that from others in my world. And it became a little bit tiresome, became a little bit of a distraction, a lot actually. So I made the commitment to myself to start back meditating every single day. And at first I thought, well, I'll give it 30 days. No, let's make it 90 days. Now let's round it up to 100. And in that, I was still defining it. I was still making it a game, making it a limitation by defining it as a period of time, instead of realizing that to meditate upon oneself, with oneself, to truly know thyself, is a daily practice of awakening, a daily practice of realizing who and what we really are, who I am, who you are. So to commit to daily practice, to commit to daily meditation. And so this morning before the sun rose, the alarm went off with very clear intention to get up. It was dark, it was cold, I was a little bit uncomfortable. I messed around a little bit, finding my place, trying not to wake others in the house, coming to this space here where I am now, our meditation room, our quiet room, our relaxation, our inspiration, our creativity room. And I just sat. And as I fumbled with some meditation music, it dawned on me that I'm clutching for perfection. I'm clutching for attachment to an idea that it needs to look a certain way in order for me to access myself. So I let go. I said, F it, fuck it. I'm just going to choose something and I'm going to be with myself. Be with myself. And as I sat with myself in a dark room, with just myself, listening to some simple instruction, I decided to let go. I decided just to experience this moment and any thoughts that I had about Would it be all that I wanted it to be? Would I resolve any tension or fear or worry or anxiety or frustration within me in this moment? Instead of trying to forecast, would I make it every day? Would I show up every day for myself? I just decided to be in this moment with myself and to observe myself. And as I observed myself, I began to observe all the ways I limit myself. I limit myself as an identity, as a reduced form and function of who I really am, what I really am, what you really are, which is everything. Infinite awareness. And so this journey for me, and if should you decide to take me up on my invitation to follow along with these videos and my sharings along the way, it's going to feel raw. It's going to feel real. And in the rawness and the realness is the liberation. Because anything that we can point to and say, I am only that, or that's what makes me who I am, is a limitation in itself. So as I sat in this first meditation this morning, and I say first because it's coming down in this rain shower. It is raining outside right now. It's coming down in a fresh new moment. And just observing myself. And as I observe myself in my limited form, I realize that as I observe limitation, I must be observing limitation from somewhere else that is not limited. Because a flame cannot observe itself. So, as I sat with myself and I felt more relaxed and I felt at peace with the moment, that I didn't have it all worked out. Don't have the day worked out. I don't have my weekly schedule worked out. The next marketing plan, the next client call, the next family interaction, the pickups and drop-offs from school and phone calls and all those sort of things. I didn't have any of it worked out. All I knew and all I know, which is the practice, is that I am. I am who I choose to be in this moment. And who I choose to be in this moment is a reduced version of who I am. So I choose to be this in this moment intentionally. I choose to be who I am in this moment as an identity. And so I wear this garment. I wear this spiritual garment, this energetic garment, as an expression of the one true consciousness, of the one true creative power. And that's the big thing that dawned on me this morning. Again, so simple that we have a choice. We always have a choice, consciously or unconsciously, whether it's through ignorance or misunderstanding. Denying ourselves of choice is ignorance. Denying ourselves of the power of choice is a misunderstanding. That through the lens of our identity, through the lens of the ego, we're stripping ourselves of the experience of the freedom we already have. Because I am free now, as you are free. I am free to choose. So if I am free to choose now, in this moment, who I want to be, in being who I choose, I experience the manifestations or the emanations of who I am being. If I'm already free to choose, then I'm also free to decide what I want and to be that. To decide that in this moment, I am that. Now, it still feels like there's a separation, like there's a bridge to build between, like the connecting cords, the neurons, the synaptic junctions, and the network that plugs the I in my identity, in my ego, into the infinite is yet to be built, on its way to being built. But in that, observation is ignorance, because it doesn't need to be built. It doesn't need to be manufactured, because it already exists. Our connection to source, connection to all that is, to God, the universe, infinite intelligence. It's already available. So if I'm free to choose, then I'm also free in this moment to be who I choose to be. And so this is my path to awakening. And it's a new path to awakening. Just as this moment is new for me and for you. And watching this, you watching this, may have some revelations, may have some insight as to who you are choosing to be in this moment. Now, do you need to go and meditate right now? Well, let's understand what meditation is. Meditation is an awareness of the self, is to be with the self, is to be aware, is to be aware. So you cannot be aware unless you are aware. So who is it that is aware of you being this identity, of you being this person? Your awareness. Your awareness is beyond the limited confines of your identity. So it feels like a bit of a babble. It's the first one. So I'm just going to get it out. So my intention for myself is to awaken deeper, deeper aliveness, a deeper, more profound expression and understanding and acknowledgement that I am already free. And to awaken a radiance of being from within. And I know, I just know, I can't grasp and see what it's going to look like yet, but I just know that from this place, from this space, from this center, from this beingness, from this awareness, that everything else in the external world will reflect that based on who I am being. It will reflect it. It's inevitable. Cause and effect, law of correspondence. So who I am being creates an emanating power, force, ripple of influence into the slower vibrational reality of the third dimension. So I look forward to walking alongside you and having you walk alongside me on this journey to awakening. We're always awakening. Awareness is awakening. See you in the field.